Hi, Mary Ellen Popkin back here again with the last video on our goal setting series. We've been using the word setting to help us remember all the steps, and that's what I'm just going to do now, recap. Because the last word and letter in setting is G. And at this point now we have attained the goal. So G stands for goal. So let's just recap the 7 steps. First is S, and that stands for seeing the goal. So you're actually going to see it, feel it, taste it. You know, really get yourself into that dreamlike state as you did as a kid, where you can visualize and picture yourself that the goal has already been achieved and attained. It's done. You're there. You've done it. You know, and you want to do this right at the very beginning of setting this goal. Okay, and how great it feels. And that brings us to the next step, which is the letter E, and you want to enjoy the process. Because if you're enjoying the process, let's face it, folks, if we're enjoying the steps to attaining our goal, don't you think the odds of actually getting there are much better? It's a lot more fun if we're having fun on the process, as opposed to if we're saying, oh, well, I'll be happy when I've accomplished this goal. No, find your happiness, find the joy, enjoy the present moment, enjoy the steps to getting to your goal. The next thing is T. The first T stands for training. You know, training is an ongoing, consistent thing. There'll be some training that you'll need to accomplish your goal, depending upon what it is. I used the example if somebody wants to be a doctor, there's obviously a lot of training that's involved in that goal. You know, other goals will require less training. We even use the example of running a marathon, you know, depending upon where you come from, what your background is, you know, more training, less training, but, you know, you need to have the adequate training. And I gave you a website, www.richrewardsnow.com, if you want some specific training for a home-based business. Okay, the next T stands for time frame. You know, you don't want to just make this an open-ended thing. You want to develop a time frame, and you want to work your time frame backwards. So you want to picture, where do you want to be a year from now? Where do you want to be 5 years from now? Where do you want to be 10 years from now? And then you can work it back to, you know, 6 months from now, 30 days from now, and then work on what you need to do on a daily basis. And once again, you know, as I said, like, you know, suppose the goal was to run a marathon. You know, you wouldn't start out your very first day running the marathon. You would work and build up to it and figure out what it is you need to do on a daily basis to prepare to run that marathon. Okay? The next letter is I, and that's inspiration. Inspiration is going to keep you motivated. You know, generally I refer to this as, you know, why. Why is it that you want to achieve this goal? I mean, what is the burning desire? Because, you know, I mean, I don't have a desire to run a marathon, but there are people that do. So they go through the work that it takes to do that. You know, other people want to be professional athletes. They go through whatever it takes to do that. There are people who do want to be doctors. You know, they go through the steps that it takes. You know, in network marketing, going through the goals that it took to establish, you know, to become a success in this industry. You know, my primary goal really is being an excellent, you know, mother, you know, and having a family life. You know, so we go through the necessary steps. So, you know, what is your why? And that's going to inspire you, and you can have pictures of your why. I mean, maybe it's to get a house, maybe it's a car, you know, maybe it's, you know, changing the way you look, whatever, you know, so that, you know, and that goes back to the visualization, the very first letter C, S, you know, where you actually are seeing it. The next thing is navigating, you know, and navigating your course. You know, a rudderless boat, you know, just, you know, could end up, you know, crashed on the rocks, you know. So, you know, there is a time to go with the flow. If you are getting an inspiration, an internal inspiration, you do want to go with the flow, but you want to have a rudder, you want to guide and direct and navigate your course. And that leads us to the last and final step, goal accomplished. You know, goal set, and, you know, when you have that game plan and all those things that's in place that we just discussed, guess what? You will hit and achieve your goal. So that's what I have to say. Once again, my name's Mary Ellen Popkin. My site is www.mentorwithmaryellen, and I look forward to seeing you on some more videos.